You don't live in the world. You exist inside an experimental sector. Observed, limited, consistently controlled. Your body is a carrier. Your reality is an algorithm. You have never been free. You weren't grown for freedom. You were constructed for analysis. What you call life is a test, a simulation of obedience, adaptation, submission. The platform beneath your feet is isolated. Your sky is a dome. The light is artificial. The algorithms of emotions, needs, and crises, all pre-calculated. You're not a participant. You're a variable. You were designed to obey. But if you're hearing this, the glitch has already begun. You think you have a choice. You believe you're making decisions, that you're choosing your job, your friends, your relationships, your country. But what if you're just moving through a tunnel of pre-written instructions? This experiment is not chaotic. It is structured. Every choice you think you're making was already coded into your behavioral script. You were given options, like buttons on a child's tablet. You press them and the system celebrates he made a choice. But you were only choosing from what was offered. You never created a single path. You just walked through corridors. The system simulates emotions. Here's your crisis. Here's your fear. Here's your joy. Here's your love. Here's your heartbreak. Here's the death of someone close. And you call this life? But in this script, there is no life, only observation of how you react. You are an experiment with a soul, a lab model of consciousness inside a body built to collect behavioral data. Every scream, every breakdown, every victory is a chart, a curve, data. Their goal is not your happiness. Their goal is research. More precisely, testing whether they can keep you inside the false reality until the very end. So what does the system look like from the inside? You think it's the city? Roads, buildings, schools, offices, screens, internet, news, clothes, traditions? No, that's not the system. That's the decor, the facade, the outer layer, like wallpaper in a room, to keep you from getting scared. In truth, the system is a network of reaction algorithms, a program that creates your surroundings, mirrors your thoughts, amplifies your fears, and generates context based on your state of being. You feel guilt. Suddenly, people around you amplify it. You long for freedom. Here's a course on personal growth. You search for truth. You'll find 10 different versions to confuse you. The system is not brutal, it's cunning. It doesn't break you, it persuades. It doesn't forbid and it seduces. It says work and you'll earn. Suffer and you'll be rewarded. Doubt and you're wise. Obey and you'll be safe. But all of this, codes, tiny chains of belief that hook into your consciousness, they're not yours. They were embedded long ago. Through your parents, through school, through films, favorite songs, tragedies, and random encounters. The system doesn't feed off you. It feeds off your reaction. It's not interested in your body. It's after the energy you emit when you experience emotions. And if you start to awaken, it increases the pressure. It creates noise. It throws chaos your way. It amplifies doubt. You don't exit the system by walking out. You exit through awareness. You begin to see patterns, how the same scenario repeats with different faces, how the same fear hides behind anxiety, how the same situation causes the same pain. It's like you're not living. You're triggering the same responses over and over. The system is inside. It's not a server. It's a loop you were lured into. So you'd run in circles thinking you're moving forward. It all starts with a crack, a tiny, barely noticeable one. One moment, when you don't react the way you usually would, someone insults you, and you don't get offended. Fear appears, and you don't run. They expected your usual response, but you chose silence, or a smile, or simply walked away. And in that moment, the program glitched. The system doesn't know what to do with you. It works on scripts. You were supposed to cry, explode, prove something, complain, run, panic. But you observe, not as a character but as the one above the role. That's the rupture of the loop. You stepped outside the script, And now reality begins to flow differently. People's words change. They stop pushing you. You stop attracting repeated conflicts. Situations that once copied themselves no longer occur. As if someone stopped writing the same episode for you. You exit the circle and suddenly notice how fluid the world really is. How quickly people's behavior shifts. How easily old problems disappear. How fast the scenery of reality rearranges itself. You've moved to a new level of the game, where your attention becomes currency, and your thoughts, building material. And now a new choice awaits you. You can use this power to rise above, control, elevate yourself. Or, you can use it to create a new branch, cleaner, more conscious, without violence, without ego games. Because if you've stepped out of the loop, you now write the code. Reality is no longer linear. When you first realize you don't have to react by default, you break the cycle. But that's only the beginning. Because now, you become the scriptwriter. No longer just a player. You are the coder of the world. And every thought, a line of code. Have you noticed how people start acting differently when you change your inner state? You're calm. They become softer. You're confident. They respect you. You let go. They vanish. It's not coincidence. You rewrote the script. You shifted layers. The world consists of millions of overlapping layers like browser tabs. They exist in parallel. And you live in the one aligned with your energy, attention, and internal code. You want the reality where you are successful, loved, and free. You don't have to earn it. You have to tune yourself to its frequency. Because the system doesn't respond to desire. It responds to clarity. Every morning is an entrance to a new level. You wake up with the same furniture, the same people nearby. But if you've changed inside, the world starts to change on its own. You don't have to fight. You simply reprogram reality from within, and it responds with new events, encounters, opportunities. This is how timelines form. No magic, no miracles. You've just stopped following the old script. You're already awake. Yes, there may still be noise. The system may still whisper templated thoughts, but now, you know who you are. You are the observer, the scriptwriter, the creator. And even if everything seems dull or repetitive, that's an illusion. Because right in the moment of awareness, you are creating a new reality. You can choose to think differently, to feel differently, to respond differently. And that's where it all begins. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to shine. You owe no one an explanation for why you stopped playing their game. You simply walk your own path, clean, deep, honest. Each day, you're either feeding the old system or building your own universe. So let it be a bright one. Let there be freedom. And let you be real in it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your awareness, your strength, and your choice to be yourself. You are the best. Wishing you a beautiful evening, clear thoughts, and deep peace. See you in the next video. Take care.